Hi there, my name is Erik Alstrup, and welcome to my first entry for the 2011 Cronus Bodybuilding World Championships, which is being held in Texas, August the 20th. I gotta tell you, I'm super excited about being one of the 12 selected to compete in this event. I'm living and working here in Toronto, Canada, and I'm proud to be representing Canada, going down to the first multi-affiliated drug-free bodybuilding event that's really ever been created. And so I'll be training pretty hard for it. I'm about 12 weeks out. An event like this, like the Cronus, is just so significant because really it's an invitation to others in our industry. It's an invitation to other organizations and other promoters to step up and take natural bodybuilding to the next level. And I know a lot of people, a lot of organizations have been working really hard behind the scenes to legitimatize and just give more visibility to the natural bodybuilding and natural fitness and figure scene. So that's what an event like the Cronus is doing. I'm super grateful to have been one of the 12 selected. So I'm going to be training really hard for this event. I know that all the competitors who've been invited, I've looked at their bios and looked at some of the photos of these guys online, and they're all really impressive. They're all competitors. They all know how to win. They're all great ambassadors for bodybuilding. So at the end of the day, really it's just an honor to be on stage with these other tremendous natural athletes. Back in the 1990s, I was an IFBB pro. I did one show and I retired. I got out of the scene. I just wanted to clean out my body and clean out my mind, and I just couldn't do the kind of drugs and the kind of stuff that just goes with being successful at that highest level of pro bodybuilding competition. So I backed out of that. I walked away from it. Had nothing to do with it for about a decade. Got into marathon running and triathlons, and did a whole bunch of that stuff over the decade I was away from bodybuilding. And I think the biggest obstacle in coming back to bodybuilding in 2009, after more than 10 years off of the stage, was the mindset that comes with training and preparing and getting ready to step back on stage in a different era, really. I mean, training without any use of supplements, training without any drugs, training at a body weight that was probably about 50-60 pounds lighter than I trained before, but believing now in the natural ability of the body to perform and to get things done, because certainly I had to do that when I was racing marathons and I was doing triathlons, and through that training process and through all of that, physically and mentally, the strength would develop over each season until I arrived in 2009, and I just had this unwavering belief in my body's ability and my mental ability to get things done in the cleanest way possible. So that's the way I'm going to be approaching the Cronus, and like I said, I'm super excited to put the best product that I can bring to the stage together for August the 20th. And like I said about the Cronus and the natural movement in general, there's a lot of momentum happening in our industry, in the natural physique industry right now. It's a segment of our industry that's probably growing faster than any other. Women's figure fitness is getting really popular, and men's natural bodybuilding is just exploding. So I'm glad to be part of that movement, and I think you're going to see a trend in natural bodybuilding and fitness and figure increasing, and more people coming into our industry, more and more people just deciding to train as naturally and as healthily as they can, because ultimately that's the reason why many in the natural side get into things, just to improve their health, improve their mindset, improve their physique, and do really whatever they can to feel healthier. So training to compete, whether it's bodybuilding or fitness or figure, is an extension of that mindset of trying to take your body to that next level under your own steam. And competition can be, you know, really, really tough. It can be super strenuous, but it's coming out on the other side of the experience. I know in talking to many competitors and athletes that I train and people that I meet at the shows, nobody's ever disappointed that they have put themselves through this experience to get on stage and find something within themselves that just allows them to really enjoy this experience. Everywhere you go, when you go to these shows, you run into some great people, and it's just a great place to hang out and watch people, watch their faces, watch how they feel about coming off the stage after competing in one of these events. And no doubt that's how I'm going to feel when I get off the stage at the Cronus. I've been working out I started training when I was 20 years old, so I'm 40. 40 now, I'll be 40 on contest day, so about 20 years of training under my belt. And half of that, probably 10 to 12 years of that, has been with resistance training and weights. I took 10 years off right in the middle from 1999 to 2009, where I really wasn't doing any weight training. I was mainly running, riding, swimming, doing triathlons and marathons. But the program that I was using, the weight training program that I was using back in the 90s, and now coming back into natural bodybuilding, is essentially the same program. I've always followed a 4-day split, and I'll work out 2 days or 3 days in a row with the day off. Very rarely will I work out 4 days in a row, just because I feel like I need the recovery. I can probably go physically, mentally 4 days, but I just know that extra day allows me to hit the gym with a little bit of extra steam next time I go in. So I'm on a 4-day split. It's a push-pull system, so back and biceps, chest and triceps. I'll do legs, and the 4th day I'll do the accessory muscles, as I call them, the shoulders, the traps, and the calves. And most days too, probably 45 minutes to an hour of cardio getting ready for the show. I like to arrive early. I like to feel like I'm prepared early for the show. So 2 or 3 weeks out from the show, I feel like I'm contest ready, and then it's just a little bit of tweaking at that point. And that's pretty consistent. I train heavy, very, very heavy basic movements, 3 to 4 work sets per exercise, 6 to 8 repetitions per exercise. I don't do more than, say, 6 to 8 work sets for my smaller muscle groups and 10 to 12 work sets for my larger muscle groups. But all my work sets, I'm going to failure. I'm working pretty hard, and I usually feel it in my body in the next 24 to 48 hours in the areas that I've worked. So I know I'm on track with the training. I've also been able to have a pretty effective off season, and I think I've put on about 5 to 8 pounds of lean muscle, which I'm looking to bring to the stage for the Cronus. In terms of dieting, every 2.5 hours I'm eating high protein levels, low carbohydrate, and low to moderate fats, which works well for me. In that decade when I was doing a lot of running, I was very heavily carbohydrate based, low protein, low fat. I was trying to get my body weight down, which I did successfully. I lost 70 pounds of muscle over that 10 years. But very low protein levels, high carbohydrates, and a lot of cardio. Essentially reset my body back to where it was before I started weight training. So I put on about probably 20 pounds of muscle since I've been back. I started weight training for that first show. I was about 170 or so, and now I'm about, right now I'm about 195 pounds and 12 weeks out from the show. So about 15 or 20 pounds of muscle since I've been back. And I don't plan to change that training system. It's worked really well for me. It seems to produce some great results. And I change my exercises regularly within that structure that I have, within that set and rep template. So no workout ever looks the same exactly, but it follows the same basic structure. For off season, versus pre-contest, there's not a lot that changes really, except for the amount of food that I'm eating. My training is still 4-day split. I'm still doing regular cardio just because it's just part of what I do. The only difference in the off season is I might gain about 10 or 15 pounds because I'm eating more, and I like to have a little bit of a weight cushion in the off season. Just not crazy out of weight, but or not crazy out of shape, but 10 or 15 pounds out from being peaked for contest is very comfortable for me. It feels like I'm well within reach if I ever do need to quickly get in shape for something. It's really manageable, and it allows me a little bit of room with my diet, which I really don't need. I enjoy my food anyway, but it's just nice to have that cushion and take a little bit of the everyday stress off training when I'm in the off season. For those individuals, for all of you out there that may be watching this and haven't competed before or are just looking for some more information, I'll be happy to share what I'm doing over the next 12 weeks with my diet and my training. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to hear about while I'm getting ready for this, please shoot me a message on the wall. Let me know what you're looking to, what you're wondering about, and see if we can help you out. But just for all of you that are watching and you're wondering, this is interesting, I might want to try this. Well, do it. Definitely do it. You will not forget it. It'll challenge you on many different levels, but no doubt you'll come out on the other side feeling like you're super glad you did it. And I think that's why our industry is growing. I think that's why people are really getting excited about natural bodybuilding, fitness, and figure, because it's something you can do regularly. It's something that you can do without any impediment from your age. You've got teenagers doing this. You've got people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s competing, and everyone's working the hardest they can in the gym with their diets, with their cardio. It's really inspiring to be backstage at one of these shows as a competitor, and like I said, it's something that's yours forever once you do it. So consider competing. Choose a great natural organization. Get out there, get as much good information as you can, and go out and enjoy the experience. So thanks, folks, and we'll check in with you again soon.